They say houses remember. Every creak in the floorboards, every whisper in the walls, they hold on to their stories. When Evelyn Gray inherited her grandmother's house, she thought she was getting a fresh start, a new beginning. But what she really inherited was a secret buried deep within the walls. The house was old, Victorian, with high ceilings and dust that had settled in the corners like forgotten memories. Her grandmother had lived alone for years, and as Evelyn walked through the halls for the first time, she couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been waiting for her. It started the first night. A whisper, so soft, so distant, that she thought she imagined it. She sat up in bed, listening, the wind, the house settling. She wasn't afraid, not yet. Maybe the pipes, maybe an old vent. Houses made noise, especially old ones. But something felt different. Then the door to her closet opened on its own. Inside there was nothing, just dust and forgotten clothes. But in the dim light she noticed something etched into the wooden back panel of the closet. It was a name, Margaret, her grandmother's name. The next morning Evelyn searched the house, running her fingers along the walls, knocking on wood panels, checking for something, anything. And then she found it. A loose panel in the study, inside a box. And inside the box, old letters, photographs, a locket, and a key. The letters were addressed to Margaret, but they weren't from family. They were from a child. Dear Margaret, I'm so sorry I made you mad. Please let me come back inside. I miss you. I promise I'll be good. Love, Rose. Evelyn's heart pounded. There was no Rose in her family, no mention of any child. Then she found the last letter. The ink was smeared, but the words were still legible. It's so cold out here, Margaret. Please don't leave me. Please don't forget me. That night, the whispers returned, louder, desperate, and this time she followed them. Down the hall, past the study, to the basement door. The air was thick, the scent of damp earth and mildew filling her lungs. She held up her phone light, scanning the basement. Empty. Except the key in her hand grew warm, as if it wanted to be used. Behind the basement shelves, she found another door, one that had been locked for a very long time. Inside was a small, empty room. A child's drawings covered the walls. Stick figures, a house, a woman with dark hair, and a little girl standing outside alone. And in the corner of the room, covered in dust and old fabric, was a tiny pair of shoes. Margaret had a secret, a terrible one. She had a sister, a little girl, Rose, and one winter night long ago, she had locked her outside. Rose had never come back inside, and no one ever spoke of her again, until now. Evelyn, help me. Evelyn turned, but there was no one there. Just the faint outline of small footprints in the dust, and the sound of a door closing on its own. Evelyn left the next morning. She didn't sell the house, didn't return for the furniture. Some secrets are meant to be left in the past, but sometimes the past doesn't want to be forgotten. Who do you think Rose was? And why did Margaret erase her from history? Leave your theories in the comments below, and remember, some doors should never be opened.